Howdy folks, it's me, Dr. Groovy, Scott Grove of GroovyMusicLessons.com. Today, just to show you a few different slides. I'm going to play them on the Washburn Acoustic here, and then I got a Fender Tele back here. I'll throw it on through the old 4-force amplifier I've got back here on the ground. And no effects, just straight into the amp. And just let you hear what a few people have been asking for, and that's just straight comparisons of different materials of slides played on two different guitars. I'm just going to use a straight Tortex 73 gauge Jim Dunlop when I use a pick, and then I'll just go to fingers. So use 5 different slides today. I'm going to be using these here. So we got the Jim Dunlop, the traditional steel with the chrome over top. I've had that one for about 30 years. You've got this new one I got in, which is there you go, Carbide. I got mine on Etsy, but you can find them a few different places. I really love this one, just a carbon graphite slide. I'll tell you all the nice things about it in a little bit. Brass slide that someone had sent me, real heavy on one end, lighter on the other. A glass slide that someone had also sent me, and a wooden slide right here. So those are 5 I'll use, and I'll tell you a few different things real quick. When playing slide guitar, you do not need to raise your action at all on any guitar to play slide. It's just a matter of how heavy your slide bar is. There are plenty of great slides that are very light, and I suggest you use those. The standard Dunlop one, fine. Like I said, 30 years. I never change tunings unless I'm playing a resonator dobro or some lap steels, and then in which case I will not be using this slide anyway. Be using, appropriate slides for each instrument. Again, everything's in open tuning. I prefer the middle finger just for this reason. Okay. No other finger can you put it on that will enable you to play rhythm like that, especially that last reach. Okay, so you can't do that with it on any other finger. You put it where you like it, or wherever your favorite player puts it, or whatever. But just to let you know, maybe try it there, since it just simply makes sense. Try to put that on your pinky and do what I just did. You can't. Do it. So if you're the only guitar player around, I would suggest middle finger. If it's on your ring finger, you can get away with this. Kind of around it, but it's really tough. So this is just where I do it. So again, do it where you will. Again, you do not need to lower your action at all. It's just a wives' tale. If you have to raise your action, I said it the wrong way before, then you're playing too heavy of a slide bar. Higher action is not good, unless it's just a pedal steel or a lap steel. Otherwise, there's no reason in the world for higher action. No reason to make it harder on yourself. Okay, so again, here's the Jim Dunlop slide, and I'm using, for people who need to know, a Martin. No, not a Martin. The Washburn. Who's my buddy did this? Oh, this is my B-bender guitar. Okay. Okay, so the Forrest Lee model. Okay, if you ever get to see it, you can get it with dots, or you can get it with the what do they call this? The Tree of Life in the vine thing. Okay, anyway, so back to this slide here with this pick. I'll go in whatever keys, but check it out. You can hear that this has a lot of metallic. It sounds like it looks. And these are really light. It's the second lightest one I have. And I just love this. Have loved it for 30 years at least, maybe 40. Okay, so in C with the pick. Okay, now playing with my fingers. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so it does give you a lot of that metallic, metal against metal. So if you're looking for that somewhat vintage hound dog dobro thing, but without your resonator sound, then of course that's nice to have. Okay, it's nice to have different slides for different things, especially in recording. Okay, my new favorite, the graphite thing, is the light, just light as a feather. So you can put your action all the way to the ground if you want. Same key, you'll notice that it just does not have the metallic sound, but it retains every bit of the brightness. Okay, same thing, fingers. Okay, really nice. What else can you say about that? It's just too cool. So yeah, as light as can be, and everything that the other one, the Jim Dunlop, but without all that rattle. So this is probably going to be one I go out and buy 4 or 5 more of to have in every location that I have for my live rigs, for my home stuff, for every room in the house. So that's my personal favorite now. Yeah, I'm going to buy more of those, and you'll see that it's a little bit longer. Get it up against something that makes a difference. But yeah, it's just a tad bit longer than the metal one, so I like that it covers all the strings. I like it to be able to cover everything, and it covers all the strings on the bass too, even a 5-string. Okay, the heavy thing, this brass thing. Yep, on an electric guitar, you better, if you're one of the people that just have to raise your action, and if you're going to use something that's heavy duty, look how thick that puppy is. That is heavy. So that is too heavy for me to do anything with, other than possibly on acoustic when it's maybe a little high. But when I go to throw this on the electric and a second on the telly, it's going to make a difference. So I may not be able to play it unless I'm forcing myself to play very light, which would suck to have to be aware of that all the time. So it's got a really heavy tip. It's lighter on this end, as you can see, and then it's heavy on this side. You can't get your finger in from the other side. So with the pick, lot of metal against metal, exactly what it is. Little bit less bright than the chrome one, which you would expect. The brass is just a little bit less metallic sounding, and again, it's a really heavy slide, so maybe playing on acoustic is a groovy thing. I kind of like it on the acoustic, but I really hate it on the electric. I can definitely say that on my end. But again, it's just here for you to tell the difference and hear them for yourself. So make up your own mind. Do not listen to what my preferences are, because yours will probably be quite different. Again, this is only being picked up through the camera microphone, so you can hear, well, it's because I do everything that way anyway, but at least you can hear all the noise they pick up. Okay, so which one has more noise, which one has less noise, if you like the noise. That might be a factor for you. I think the noise is cool myself in some situations. Okay, so there's your brass one. There it is with my fingers. I don't know if I did it with my fingers before. So here's fingers. Okay, glass. Okay, back to the pick. It's a big old thing. Let me try from the other side. I think I'll try it that way. Thing about this, as any glass slide, the main thing is your fingers sweat like a pig when they're inside of something like that. Think about it, guys. It gets wet in there. So, yeah, they can slide off, and depends on what you're playing on as far as the stage or whatever. But will they break? Yeah. Can they break? Of course. Will it? For sure. That depends. I'm not a fan of glass at all for anything myself. But that don't mean I'm not going to try to give it my best when I play it here. So, I notice right away it's like half or a quarter of the sustain. No, it's not a Coors Eden bottle. It looks like it was actually the top of maybe a Pepsi bottle at one time, or a 7-Up bottle. Some people, you know, like thin glass or different glass, so that does look like the top of a pop bottle that has been ground off and shaped nicely. So that's what we're dealing with as far as the glass, but it has no sustain, which is what the next one definitely has. But right now, no sustain. I can't force sustain even through vibrato. Let me turn it the other way. A little more. I don't like that it's just a wrong fit. It goes over my entire finger, so I can't hold on to it bent. So you have to straighten your whole finger out, so it's just the wrong size for me, possibly. You can tell how much I use this one. Okay, fingers. Okay, so glass. And finally, wood. I've got wood. This one's really light too. It's almost as light as that graphite one, I guess. It's a whole different ball game, really. I hope it comes through on this particular mic. I would really like to let you hear my wood. It's interesting. Yeah, I got the pick again. So it does have some noise, oddly enough. I bought it originally to use on bass as a slide because I figured, well, wooden fingerboards for fretless basses, but it didn't work out that way, so I went with the carbon graphite and was pleased with it, and then just found out that the carbon graphite is my personal favorite now. Really quick, and it took a lot to take me away from my old Jim Dunlop steel one. Let's get some fingers here on the wooden one. It's just mellower, you know, it's just like anything would be. You know, just an acoustic guitar against a carbon graphite acoustic guitar, you know, wood against something. Okay, so there you go. All 5 of them. Again on the, Washburn. Yes, B-bender, love it. So look for one of those if you dig it. I'm going to throw on my telly here. Let's get rid of this thing. The Telecaster, for anybody that keeps asking, no, it's not it's not the model you think it is. This here is the Merle Haggard custom shop Tough Dog Telecaster. It's got the 4-way switching, but yeah, this is not the Richie Kotzen model. This is Merle Haggard's. Check out that whole setup. Quite the groovy instrument. And yes, it's chambered as well. And as I mentioned, 4-way. Hey, we all love 4-ways. Okay, and again, no frills going into the 4-force amplifier back there. Straight in, no effects of any sort. Let's try. That's kind of a neat sound there. I'll try that. It's just both pickups on. Okay. Let's go again. Ta-da! So your Jim Dunlop again. Now look, you have to see this just so you'll know what you're dealing with, because this is a monster guitar, and I'm letting my fingers like this so you can hopefully see the action on here. That's the low E side at the 12th fret, of course, as you can tell. I don't know how much you guys can get of this, or if it's going to focus on my shirt, but I mean the action on this is about as low as any guitar I have. Let's see, 12th fret is right here where my finger is, as you can tell, fret markers, but there you go. I mean, this is down there. So even all the way up to the 22nd fret, there you go. and it's got a 9.5 radius, so you can see the curvature there. So for the strings, I mean, look, all the way to the 22nd fret. My hands are like this. They're not pushing down on the frets to make the strings look lower. That's how low the action is. So that is as low as it can go, people. So you'll know why and whatever when I pick up all these different slides. So back to the Dunlop metal one. Again, this is the sound I'm going to use for everything. I'm not changing anything. Volume and tones wide open. The amp is just whatever it's on. So it's just that, okay? Because I want you to hear the external noise, or I can get back and you can just hear the amp noise. I mean, I am on top of the frets, and I mean, I can push just a little bit and hit the frets, but I still don't need to raise my action, okay, and neither do you. People are like, why don't you put some drive on it? Because it will make no difference in what you're hearing. Of course, if anybody has any brains at all out there, the more distortion you add on it, the less tone you actually are going to hear. So I want you to hear the actual tonal differences between the materials. Okay, now we can actually get some low strings in. And tune that one. Okay, and with fingers, G. Okay, going to the carbon graphite one, same thing. There's a little bit of a mid-range honk compared to the last one. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so I hear mid-range compared to the steel one. See if you agree, I guess. Back to the steel. And not near the metallic, and a little bit less sustain on the electric. I didn't notice it on the acoustic, but I noticed a little less sustain on the electric, which is fine for me because I'm using the compressor. Normally, right now, nothing, so the sustain will be there for me. So this is actually even better for this guitar. Again, this guitar being probably the lowest action on any guitar I have. And I mean, it is on the frets, as you saw. It is just ungodly low. Okay, so there's fingers. Okay. Next is the brass one, which I'm worried about because of the weight and this guitar. Probably the one and only one that would cause it to fart out. Okay. I'm doing okay. I am fighting it just a bit, just because of the weight of the slide. But then again, if I have my action this flipping low, you should have no problem. And you should never have to raise your action for any reason. The harder you have to push down on your strings to fret it, the sharper the note's going to go. So raising your action is never a good idea, no matter what anybody tells you. Why? Because Scott said so. What makes you an authority? I play more slide than I do anything else. So I just honestly will know more about slide than a lot of people. Not than anybody, but more than a lot of people. I just love slide stuff more than I do playing regular. So. What am I hearing here? Lots of sustain. Lots and lots and lots. Probably due to the mass of this thing. Actually, it lets me know that I should probably try it out some more. I like it a lot more on electric than I thought I would. Especially, I guess, probably if I'm not using a compressor, this might sound cooler for recordings. If you just want that swampy, and I'm not going to get it with the pickup setting. If I change the pickups, probably. I'll just put it right back where it was though, so I won't screw up the test. So everything's back where it was. Okay, let's get some fingers in there. Lots of sustain, kids. So the heavy slide does provide some major sustain, less high end. It's exactly, again, like you would expect it to be. It sounds heavy. It is heavy. Again, that end's milled out shorter than, or thicker than more of it's milled out on this side. So interesting slide. Didn't think I would like it, but hey, you never know. Okay, I'm going to put the glass slide on, see what we got. Pick. Try it back this way again. This I don't like at all. Again, I just don't like glass, I guess. Basic reason, if you figure pedal steel guitars, lap steel guitars, everything is played with a big steel metal bar. So for guitar to actually have different things, the only thing I'm missing here basically is marble, and then a few odd weird things, you know, Bic lighter and a Budweiser bottle. But so many people love the glass. I really hate the glass personally. If you like it, hey, that's all that matters. Going to my fingers now. Definitely affects the way I play. It's a really sloppy fit though. Maybe if it fit better I would like it more. But this is a really... Somebody thought all my appendages were thicker than they are when they sent me this. It's still nice to know what the glass sounds like after not even touching them all these years, but I can still see why I don't like them. Just the tone is odd. Just odd for me, maybe not for you. Again, fingers for the glass. And then again with the Coke bottle top end, it makes it real hard to do the cross because you're trying to play with this thing on your fretboard. That's kind of sad. So it would probably be nicer with a regular shaped glass slide. So I'll have to say it's at fault as far as this particular one goes because of the design, not so much for the material, but I can tell the material definitely sounds different. It's it doesn't have the sustain, definitely not of the, it has about the sustain of the probably the wood one, which is next. Yeah, something weird about that. So here's the wooden one. Yeah, about the same sustain as this really light wooden one. And again, this is an ebony. Yeah, it's brown because most ebony is, unless they dye it. Or it will be black and brown with streaks in it, or... Let's hear the sustain. Glass. Brass. Lots of sustain, man. Brass. Carbon graphite, not nearly as much. And this one. So brass has the most sustain, this has second, carbon graphite third, glass and wood last, sustain wise. So it has a woody tone. Okay, so the wood is really strange on electric. Again, like I said, I got it for a bass, trying it with that, but it didn't work out, so... I know there's a guy I saw that makes these bone slides, B-O-N-E-Z, that are half bone and half different woods. And he puts them together however he does. They're half and half, so different bone shapes, and you can have your name carved in it and so forth. And then all kind, you know, from Paduk to just maple or whatever kind of wood you want, you can have it. Cheers. Ah, yummy stuff. So, there's the differences, you know. I'm not impressed with the wood on electric. I'm not impressed with the glass. I like the slide, the brass one, for sustain. and it's got a little bit less top end, so it might be that bluesy thing. God, it's hard. It really is hard to beat this for just an all-around great slide. Just really is hard to beat that. I am liking this. Takes just a little of that shrillness off there. Not quite as much sustain, but like I said, when I'm playing, I'm always using the compressor all the time, so I don't have to worry about sustain. But for you guys, you might take that into consideration. That this is lightweight, don't have to change your action. This really heavy brass one, you can find brass that's thinner and not as much, that don't weigh very much, so just think about that. And again, this is even a short one, a little stubby brass one. This one and this one, they sustain like crazy, and they have that good metal snap to them. This one here is just a little mellower, just like it would be, because it is actually brass. You can go to hardware stores, cut off pipe fitting, try different types. Not copper tubing. You could try copper, but I haven't. Try socket wrenches, anything you have. But those things are always really heavy, and remember again, most slides are not heavy, and none of them should force you to raise your action. So I'll just leave it at that. Again, I'm going to try the carbon graphite. Yeah, that's going to be my... God, I don't know. Something about the weight of it is just a little light, so you might lose it. I'm a diddler. The wife loves that part, but something about this, the weight of it. Yeah. I just love that. I'm not playing anything over here, I'm just so used to this, I think, after all these years, that you're like, when would you use that? I actually do use that. Every now and then. That's a hard slide to beat for my ear and my taste, but I'm going through them with you, so learning with you. So again, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, and I'm pretty, and I'm Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Lots of free slide lessons over there. So come over and check those out. There are a lot of them. So look in the rock and blues section of the free lessons. Lots of free ones there, and here on YouTube, just put Scott Grove and then put slide, and you'll get those lessons. So lots of cool slide lessons. Again, I like playing slide guitar more than any other kind of guitar, and then stick me on a ukulele after that, because I'd rather play that than guitar. So I'm just getting old. I love the uke, I really do, guys. Oh God. But I'll try to keep teaching guitar until I just get sick of the thing. So you guys be cool, and I'll stay in the sauna here, put my toys away, and hope you enjoyed the little slides. Again, somebody had told me about these when I did my little guitar pick shootout, checking things. I got some different little jazz 3 picks and stuff. I got some carbon graphite ones right here that are very cool, actually. They're Dunlops, but they got some major, let me see if this thing will focus and get off my face. Will it? It might be there, but it's got some tire tracks on there, and you can't drop them. Those are cool. I like these for some things. And then I ended up with another big graphite pick here. And then somebody sent me a whole bunch of picks. I can't remember who they were. They're from another company, and another country, like this. Wish they would let me know who they were again, but I've got hundreds of picks from these guys, all different sizes. But this is kind of the Jazz 3 size, but it's like this, as you can see. I didn't have these when I couldn't find those when I was doing my pick shootout. But, I mean, I've got tons of them back here. Good God, here's others, but they're got weird cutouts in here for your fingers and thumbs to fit in. I think the guy was maybe in Germany or something. Really odd things, and if I wasn't blind, I might be able to read through there and tell you what it was, but I can't remember, and I've been waiting for like 6 months for him to write back and tell me who he is. So if you see your picks on here, dude, write me and remind me so I can at least say thank you too, because I haven't even got to show those. But anyway, hope you dug the slides. I'll try to shut up now, and you guys be groovy. Check out the free slide lessons, please, please. Again, man, slide is so cool. Don't let it escape you. So many people go their whole life and never play it. It's just something that leads to so many other instruments that you can play that you're going to have a ball on. Just staying with one instrument is fine, but trying out a whole bunch of different things is so much more rewarding. I mean, it just is. You know, I'm sure, you know, the whole thing, jack of all trades, master of none, which is basically what I am. I'm not great on anything, but I love just the variety. So yeah, I can't say I'm beyond good on anything. I'm not great on any instrument at all by any stretch of the imagination, but it is fun to be able to play a little of everything. So get over there and learn to play a little bit of slide at least, okay? Don't leave that out of your whole life's experience. A lot of fun. So hopefully that'll lead you towards finding what you might like. Okay? You guys be groovy. Take care. Bye-bye.